I'm here.
All right. Well, we should be back. Folks should be able to hear us and see us, hopefully. And tonight is BX Dungeons and Dragons, our romp into X2 Castle Amber. Yeah, Castle Amber, where we are in the second half of the module now. We've made it to Averone. And tonight we've got Bill. Bill, who you playing? What level are they currently?
I am playing Radnor the Large. I am a 7th level magic user, and I am rather large.
It's a defining part of his character.
Really is. Yeah.
Dion, who you got going?
Hello. I am playing a C, the level 7 thief.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Richard.
Yeah.
I'm not playing Richard. I am playing Fig Jam, the magnificent magic user of level 7, who will magnify you. No, that's not quite right, but something anyway.
Likely give you poison oak or poison ivy. That's really the thing.
That would be like a good spell, magnify.
Jameis. Who maybe not can hear us.
Right.
There he is.
As I said, my internet is going to take a while to stabilize at the moment. I am playing Galen Ray Horn, an elf cleric, priest. Elf cleric? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Merely 6th level.
Well, at least one of your personalities is.
Yes.
Jeff.
Hello, I'm playing Darby of Stonehill. He's a dwarf, a 7th level dwarf, and he's quite afraid of the Inquisition.
Yes.
But he doesn't expect it.
I think you are expecting it at this point. I think you are. So, no sooner has your party come to Averone, find a little rest stop on the side of the road that you decide to murder someone. You take his staff.
Nobody is dead.
He's just in a coma for the rest of his life. That's all, He might recover, he might not. It just really depends. But
it wasn't me who decided to attack him.
Caused a hasty retreat from this, roadhouse, as it were. So you go into the woods to the east after absconding with a bunch of horses, which you did pay for. You did actually pay for them. Trying to get away before the Inquisitor's brothers showed up into town. Fortunately for you, one of the locations that you believe, at least the location that might hold the sword, it looks like, by the riddle that you got in the marginalia that was written on the side, is off to the east in a place called Silair. Not exactly sure what to find there, but apparently there should be a sword there that you need as one of the items to summon back the casket or tomb of Stephen Amber. Just, really just doing this so you can get back home. Why?
It's called Slayer. I like that. Yeah.
All right. So you've taken off into the woodlines to the east, which is off the beaten path, not on the main trail that runs north to the south. And there is a small winding river that you eventually come to. There were initially shouts as people were noting your departure. Quickly left behind. It doesn't seem like you're being followed. And the woods, at least for now, are not particularly thick. You're able to get your horses through. What's the game plan? Who's leading this group? Are you going to stay on horseback? You're going to try and get your bearings on foot? What do we do?
We have a map. I can't remember.
You have a map. You bought a map.
Right.
In fact, the map that is on the screen now, except for the numbers. The cartographer, unfortunately, did not number the places that are potentially dangerous.
Rather thoughtless.
So we were going east.
Yep, you were at the X in the
And-
bend in the road there. That's
So
We're
we have
aiming
to
for
go
58.
We have to
Yeah.
go to Solaire anyways,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we go east 3 hexes, southeast 1 hex, and then east another hex.
Yeah. Now, each of these hexes is 12 miles. So this is a fairly good jaunt that you're going through. So in a day's travel, you're only going to be able to get about 2 hexes or so away from the road in.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I think normal travel, unless you're trying to really push it through woods on a horseback, is only 20 some odd miles a day.
And you said each one was 12 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So yeah, about 1.5 in a day.
Yeah.
I'd say we'd be trying to push it because we're getting out of there.
You certainly
I-
could.
Well,
I mean-
for the initial part, till we get ourselves some cover in the woods, I would think so. But otherwise, you're going to trip your horse and do something
Yeah.
bad. So
Yeah.
you don't do that. after
It's
getting out
through
of
the woods part that's causing the slowdown, Richard. You
Yes.
can't go very fast
no,
on
I-
horseback
I-
through woods.
33% slower
Yeah.
as per the rules.
Yep. Go leading your horse,
Nice.
leading your horse through the forest is a better idea. But Yeah.
Well, the first thing we do once we get into the woods and out of sight, but I want to pause for a moment to go back and hide our tracks, and then we can. take
oh,
off a
okay,
little
you
more
want to hide
towards-
your tracks. Okay, I tell you what.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Wisdom,
thing that a person who's
six.
aspiring to be a rangery type thing could probably do. So I'm going to have you make me a
Helpful.
roll. And the roll is basically you do it. That's not a question. It's how
Hmm.
easy is it to be discovered by someone else.
Okay.
So make me a
What am I
wisdom check.
A wisdom check. Do-do-do.
Oh.
Okay.
Low success.
Yeah.
It's a success, but it's a low success.
It's no trail is obvious from further away. If you're right on top of it, you might be able to notice it, but you
It
do
is
a
what it
job.
is.
You do a job,
I mean, we're also not hanging around a lot of times,
right?
so that makes sense.
Great.
All right. So if you do push it a bit, we'll say you can get through like 2 full hexes.
It'd be good to get to the river.
You want to push it that far? You can do that. Is anybody got experience with horses in the party?
If he,
Galen and Fig Jam might, although
yeah,
Fig Jam maybe not.
Mm,
Yeah,
Really?
because horses are
We've-
more
we've done horses.
domesticated.
we've also done horses way back when we were in the other kingdom. We did horses a lot going up and
Yeah.
down that bloody road.
I tell
mean,
you
can
what.
sit on the back of one as they take me along, but that's about it. So yeah.
Mhm. Just pick one person that's going to tend to your horses because you do have to stop every once in a while. So just pick one person that's tending to the horses to make sure everything's okay. None of the horses are going to, throw a stone in the hoof or anything bad happen to it. So probably either Galen.
Well, who's going to be tracking then? If I'm taking care of the horses, who's doing the tracking?
You're not really tracking. Like
We
you've
don't.
got a map.
Well,
You've got a
who's-
kind of a
who's-
dead
who's-
reckoning.
Yeah, well, we still got to have someone sort of in front to keep
Mhm.
an eye on stuff. And if I'm only watching the horses, I'm not going to be able to go.
All right. Well, that's up to you. If you
I'm
want to.
happy to watch the horses. I'm just saying someone will then have to take care of the other side of it.
Mhm.
I mean, we're just going forwards in that direction, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we just keep even if we go like northeast or southeast, we're still just going until we hit the river, so
Yep.
it doesn't really matter that much.
Well, if you're really bad at it, you're going to be going. You might end up in. I can't read
If
that
we,
name
if
'cause
we
it's on
hit the
the-
road, if we hit the road again, then we've got a problem. Yeah.
Right again,
Yep.
we've been here 5 times already. Damn it.
So who wants to be the navigator and who wants to keep up with checking the health of the horses?
I'll do the horses.
All right.
Someone else can have a go.
Give me a percentile roll. This luck check, high or low.
High, always high.
'Kay.
I'm going to spend a re-roll because I don't want the horses to fuck fucked up.
Okay.
High.
Oh, that's,
Okay.
that's better.
Are you wanting bad horses or not? Can I keep spending until we get a freaking?
How many have we got? Have you just used up our last reroll?
Now, what I'll tell you is if you want to accept
We
the roll.
have 21.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, you spent.
Yeah.
Loads. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll let you decide what you're going to do before I say anything further.
I'm more happy to screw the directions than I am the horses.
Yeah. Okay. You want to spend the 4 and just get a success, or do you want to just do a re-roll again?
Just re-roll again, and you can't
Yeah.
get 50% chance wrong a third
There you
time.
go.
There you go. It only took
Good.
3. All right. So all the horses look
2 rerolls.
correct. Okay. So all the horses look good.
Yep.
Nothing's wrong with the hooves. They all seem to be in good shape. Some time was spent prior to you making your way with them to pick the best of the best out anyway. So the horses look to be in good shape. They're well fed.
Yeah.
They haven't missed a meal yet. Now the person in the lead that's trying to keep you on a straight course, that was,
We never got a person.
I'll do it. Sort of.
you'll do it.
I mean, I am used to woods as well, having
Sure,
lived outside, so
exactly.
I should be able to pick paths, etc. There.
Yep. So if all you want to do is to head in the direction the map says that Cielair is located, you don't even need a roll. Yeah, you're a woodsman. You can follow the sun. Seems to be rising and following the same direction here. It seems to be one sun. You look for the signs of moss on the side of the boulder and all those other tricks, and you keep
That's the wrong
yourself
sun. Hello.
right. So these 2 good conditions will allow you to push it, and we'll say that late into the evening, you're able to come to the river. So you're able to go almost 3 full hexes.
What season is it? Ish. What does it feel like?
It's hard to tell.
early-
It seems to either be it could be spring, could be fall. Hard to tell
Okay.
because you have both things that are in abundance and growing quite strongly, but then you've also got a few trees that are dropping leaves and turning brown. So it's very odd. You're not quite sure, but the temperature seems to be within a few degrees. It hasn't gotten particularly cold or particularly warm. So you hit the river. Night has already fallen, but you're able to push it out that long. So you do hit the river. Fording it, it does seem to have a swift current, but you're not sure how deep it is. You can see that from the bank, you could wade through it, but you don't know once you hit the middle if it's any deeper or not. But so it's nightfall by the time you hit it. Galen has taken measures to keep your trail hidden. And Richard,
How fast was the river going? You said it was swift.
it seems to be it's fairly swift.
Hmm,
Right.
no, I don't think that'll work. Well, I say we wait here and wait for the morning.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
was
know what you
thinking
do.
about trying to cast Ice Storm and like building up a kind of icy bridge to go across. But if it's going that swift, then this would just be swept downstream. So
Okay.
yeah, not worth it.
I was looking after the horses. What happened?
We made it to the river.
Hmm.
We're here now. That's it.
Good.
All right. Sound of small forest animals in the background. You haven't seen any large predators yet at this point, although hearing some of the conversations back at the tavern, you expect there probably is wild boar at the minimum around.
Wasn't there some talk of werewolves?
There was talk of werewolves.
I don't know where they were, but there was talk of them.
Hmm.
Werewolves.
So if you're going
Werewolves.
to camp here for the night, are you guys going to set a fire, no fire, or watches?
Definitely watch.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do a fire
Why not?
because they're probably gonna look for us.
Why? What? Well, all right.
They didn't seem too happy with us.
Right,
You
but they don't know
remember?
which direction. I mean, did anybody? Oh, it doesn't matter.
They followed us out of town a little bit. Like
Who did?
I don't
Townsfolk.
know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they, you did.
Townsfolk looked
Yeah.
at us. Yeah, I mean,
We knew we went this way, so I don't think a fire is a good idea. But
all right.
I'll
okay.
set watch at least one shift.
Yeah.
I'll take 1 too.
Okay. That's first watch, second watch. You want to have 3 watches. 3 watches will allow everybody to get enough sleep to heal.
Yeah.
So who wants
Sure,
a third?
sounds good.
Who wants the early morning one?
I'll take the first watch, or
Oh,
either or.
I'll go even if it's doubling up because again, elf 2 hours sleep. I want at least a midnight watch because I've got like Darby, I've got infravision eyes. I don't need
All right.
a campfire to see it.
Well, let's say C's got the first watch. We'll give. Ooh, I got. I don't have the names in the right places. Jameis, Galen,
I
you'll
died,
have
and
the
so-
midnight watch, and we'll have Galen do the third watch. How's that?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, my connection died and reset everything, so that's why all the names and pictures are wrong.
Well, no, Dion and me are in the same right places, and Bert. So it's only 50% of the party which is in the wrong order.
We're just wrong. That's okay. We
Mixed
is
up.
who is.
Indeed.
All right, that should have fixed it. Show up shortly. Okay, so first watch. That's going to be a C. So fire or no fire? I think you decided no fire.
No fire.
No fire. First watch. Things go by pretty easily in the first part of the night. You do hear some small animals running around. At one point, you do hear like the sound of, like a. You're not a forest guy. You're not really sure, but something larger at some point makes kind of a snuffling sound in the dark, but you only hear it the once, and it seems to have moved off.
Okay.
Got a crescent moon out in the sky tonight. Some light, but not a great deal. But other than that, it goes by just fine. Galen picks up the middle shift. Galen, there is more out, nocturnal hunters during this part of the night. You do hear hooting owls going after smaller predators. You also hear the snuffling sound, which you are woodscrafty enough to realize that that's a boar, wild pig out there. But they're not. They seem to be intentionally. They get a little close, and then you kind of hear them snuffling, pick up your scent, and then they just kind of go off, not wanting to come too near things that like to eat them because bacon is delicious. Darby.
Well, hopefully whoever picked this part of the river decided not to pick somewhere where we're right beside where all the animals come.
And Darby, into the night, you do see in the far distance, in the direction that you came from, which you're imagining it's either torchlight or lantern light, just brief flickers, but it seems like it's moving away from you. It might actually even be close to the road, kind of following the road up north. And you're just barely catching it. Your dwarven vision just kind of sees the flickering of the light in the distance. Again, doesn't seem to be coming close to you, and it is quite far. And that's it. The night goes by just fine. Come morning, if anyone's down hit points, you're good again, unless you had anything attached to it curse-wise. You're all good. Take some time in the morning for everybody to get spells back. Make sure you list what you've got memorized or prayed for. And now, in the light of day, you can see that other than the current, from this bank to the far bank, it looks like the water would not come up past your hips. So certainly your horses should be able to ford it if the water isn't too swift. Or you can look for a bridge.
Can anybody cast summon beavers? No?
No,
Beavers?
but there is
Beavers.
something I might be able to do.
Oh, good.
In particular, when I get my spells, I'll get growth of animal, which can double the size of an animal, strength and size. And I cast on one of the horses, and that can be like the lead horse in it. We tether it to the other horses, so that when it goes across there, the other horses are going with it, or not really. And since the horses should be fine if you've got this one large, sturdy horse that they're all sort of pinned to, it should be enough to get them across. We hope. But that's the best I can do.
How long does it last?
120 tick, whatever that.
A long
that's
time.
No,
the,
that's right. 12 turns.
Yeah.
So it's like 12 minutes, 12 hours. I think.
So,
2 hours, something like
yeah,
that.
would be good.
Yeah, so I can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering about, ferrying it backwards and forwards with just one or two. tied
In
to
which
it at a
case, you
time,
could have
but
it
yeah,
sheltering some of the other
Yeah.
other horses
exactly.
as it goes
Yep.
upstream. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. If you want to go about doing that, you cast that.
Horse
Whose
development.
horse is it?
Well, so that's my horse because it's my plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Give
I'll
me
just
a
take off my-
charisma or a wisdom check to see if you can keep the horse under
Wisdom.
control as it has become gigantic in size and is not quite sure what is going
I may
on.
need some re-rolls on this. I may need some
Oh.
re-rolls on this.
The horse decides it has a taste for elven flesh, and
Okay, there's one re-roll. Here we go.
Okay.
Good success.
Yeah,
High success.
it's a good
Very,
high
very
success. all right, yeah, you're able to calm the horse, and it seems like the best tactic is actually to have that horse forward and create like a block for the rest of them, and you can get 2 horses across at a time. So it actually doesn't take you that long to forward everyone across.
No, chicken and the fox have to go on different sides.
This horse likes human flesh. This horse likes dwarven flesh. How do you? Right. Solving the prisoner's dilemma, you get everything across. It actually would have been, the current would have been disastrous for your horses to try and ford otherwise. But you're able to use the large one to block, and you get everyone across safely, just fine.
Yay! Now we can just die of dysentery.
So, according to the map, Fig Jam, you should be in what is labeled as Solaire on here. Now, the little black square where the number 58 is, 58's not there, but the square is. So,
That's a huge square.
yeah, and the key is there as well, right? So whoever drew this map says that there's some kind of runes. Now, you're not exactly sure where you came across on the river. You were doing your best last night to keep you fairly even across. But if you want to take your bearings now and try and find out, if you think you should be going north or south, go ahead and give me a wisdom check as you take a look at the map, take a look at where the sun position is.
I don't know that the sun rises in the same place from our world to this world.
Technically, you don't. Yeah.
I'll just guess.
No, every morning you see it come up in some other direction. You go, what the hell happening here?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, so what you didn't know, there actually is 3 suns. They just do it in rotation with one another.
Oh God, no.
Okay, good enough. You think that you came in just a little bit to the north. You think that you're somewhere abouts here on the map. So it should be just to the south and a little to the east of you. Day's light travel for the horses should get you there.
Well, that way, I say, pointing in the correct direction. As we
Alright.
get off.
Again,
Well, as we are going along, I just wanted to say, can we have a look at that staff that you've got that glowed and did things?
Yeah,
It would be nice to know about that.
Yeah, those with magic, if you want to take a moment, focus your magical vision. The staff is magical, and with a little bit of experimentation, it is pretty easy to find out what it does. If you cast a spell around it, or even if you get it close to a magical item, it glows. The stronger the spell force, the more it glows.
So why doesn't it glow around itself?
Did
That's pretty impressive.
it react to my cleric spell?
It did.
Ah,
It did.
Smith. Oh well.
Yeah, it glowed brightly for the instant it caused the horse to expand in size. Then just around the horse, it stays lit just a little bit, rather dimly. So it seems to be able to also note ongoing magical effects.
Actually, considering we've got magic armor and weapons and stuff, it should be glowing all the freaking time.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Nobody's got really powerful magic items on them, but as you get closer to one, it does get a little brighter. It does seem to have a range. You have to be fairly close for it to notice anything small. But when you cast your spell, for instance, we'll say it was on the
I've got a
far
+3.
end of the camp, it definitely picked it up. Several yards away, it picked it up.
So, with that knowledge, guys, I also want to tell you that I am secretly an identification expert, and I call this the staff of detect magic. Yeah. And I take the staff
Okay.
real quick and and I aim it and like wiggle it at Darby's magic sword. Let it light up.
It lights up a little bit.
And like wiggles it in
Oh.
Radnar's direction and
I'll tell my friends that I saw torches and lights last night.
Actually, a C. Other than your magical bow, did you have any other magical items on you?
Uh-oh.
That is a very good question.
You still have the cursed sword? Or-
No.
Nope,
they got rid
of that,
Let's
yeah.
see. The weapons are a no. The quiver is magical. Oh, the longbow is a +1.
Mm-hmm.
And I have
Yeah, the bow and the arrow case is other than those two. Did you
the
have anything?
amulet of continual light. Is this the
Don't you
game that I
have
have
enhanced-
fireball? I have a wand of fireball.
Okay. Do you have written down somewhere that you contracted lunacy, or
I don't think I got lunacy.
okay, just making
I
sure.
think half the party have lunacy and the other half don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, should we have been going crazy last night?
I particularly said the moon wasn't. It was in a particular.
All right.
I picked up on the moves. I was going to ask about it.
Oh well.
Yes, I is Wolfman.
So honestly, the staff would just, you would assume that it's detecting your magic items on your persons. So, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I've got a +3 mace,
The
+2
lunacy.
shields, and
It can see the lunacy. Oh no! We have
Oh.
all the signs pointing. We can't figure it out.
All right, so yeah, you've got a full day's travel to get what's marked on the map as ruins in Solaire. So head off, doing the same thing you did yesterday with Galen, checking the horses, Fig Jam. You're pretty good. You're pretty sure you've got a lock on the directions now, assuming that the map is good. I mean, it could have been done by a really piss poor cartographer. We really don't know, but you're at least heading in a direction that is marked on the map. Okay, so Galen on the second leg, full day's travel. Go ahead and roll me a D100. Say high or low.
me.
Yep.
I would think it'd be easier because we're not pushing as hard. I'm always high.
Yeah. Okay. So what this check is for is just to see if any of your horses are picking up a bit of lameness or if anything was injured. So you can spend or not spend to make that succeed or not, but a fail means that at least one of the horses has an issue. Not an issue that, might kill it or hobble it, but has an issue.
It goes on strike and they form a union.
Exactly.
Although we do have a lot of rerolls, I don't want to spin them all on this roll.
Do it. Do it.
Horses are more important than our survival.
Okay, I'll spin a reroll.
Yes.
There you go. Yep. Horses seem to be in
Yay.
fine condition. I'm assuming you fed and watered them last night before. Yep.
We were
camp was-
outside a river.
Yeah, there you go.
Make sure they drink.
There's plenty of grass still. You're still not sure if this is spring or fall, but yeah, it seems to be okay. So as you travel on, first part of the day goes by rather uneventfully. Fig Jam, you're getting more of an idea of what kind of plants and animals are in this area, and it's beginning to get. It's not exact, but you do feel more familiar with the area enough to know that you think this would be in the autumn of the season, just like the very beginnings of it. As you're finding some telltale signs by how things are growing. The woodlands here again are not particularly dense. Enough for you to think that they probably tree farm through here. So this area has not got old underbrush at all that's been left to grow or start fires when lightning strikes happen. So this area is probably tree farmed, but you haven't ran across any other people yet. Second part of the day after a brief rest also goes by just fine. You're going to be pushing your horses and yourselves just a little bit to be able to reach the ruins, just basically right at nightfall, if not an hour or two after. So you continue to push on. I'm just making
As
random
we were
rolls
going
here.
along, given
Mhm.
that I said that I was a healing person from
Yep.
the woods, I would like to see if I can find healing things or poisoning things
Sure.
or stuff that sort of equates with us.
You have basically you had 3 legs of your journey. Tell me the first wet leg. What are you looking for?
I will look for
Healing,
actual healing
poison,
things this
healing
time.
things. All right, just make me a D100 roll to see if they're available.
Looking
High or
for
low?
high.
Okay.
Barely, but
Yes,
that's
you
high.
do find some herbs that you recognize that would be very good for poultices and that would help in healing, and you collect some. Second leg, what are you looking for?
Comas. Yeah, comas.
Something to put somebody
Poisoning.
in a coma. Poisons.
Yep.
Okay, give me a roll. High, low.
We'll go high again.
Okay,
There you
you
go.
find. Actually, it's fairly high. So you find a couple of different things. You find some berries that would cause blindness for a limited time. Most people would probably recover from it. You find some that would just absolutely kill you if you were to ingest it. And yeah, so you find some things that could be used as poisons.
Excellent.
Okay,
Oh, there we go.
you want to do anything special with the third leg?
I guess Radnor's been enjoying himself. I will find things that Radnor would enjoy, like smoking or ingesting.
Okay, there you go. Same thing, high or low?
Or, look high again.
No.
Ah. No.
You actually find very few edible like berries, nuts, or anything like that. There's some tubers that you could probably dig for, but nothing that's easy enough to just stop and get as you're going. Roll me 3d4s, and so we're just going to take it from left to right, and that's how many doses you have of the 3 things you find. So you find a
I only
few
found 2
edibles.
things.
Well,
I do. Okay.
You failed, just nothing. You didn't find anything hallucinatory. Let's put it that way.
Okay. All right. I'm
You
just
found
gonna
something
go
edible,
1, 2.
but not edible.
Yes. So 3d4s, just in order left to right. So the first one would be healing, second would be poison, third would be just things you can eat or add to a stew. All right,
Oh,
so
boo,
only
only
one
one.
dose of the poisons, but a lot of edible stuff.
All right. Oh no. I accidentally mixed up my poisons and my healing things before. Yeah, that's what happened.
So there's 4 packages of trail rations. One of them has poison.
We'll live longer.
All right, you guys push on. You don't see a single living thing other than just small animals and occasionally a boar. None of them, they seem to understand what humanoids are, and just if they have the chance to get away from you, they choose to get away from you than to get closer to you. You get to what wants to be some kind of keep, too small for a full castle. But it's been raised, almost leveled, to the point where you think people probably scavenge the stone for other uses. But you can kind of see the foundation that's still here. The only thing that's still standing are a few menhirs. I think that's pronounced right. They're basically standing stones that there are etchings and runes carved into them, long since faded, covered with ivy. Those look like they were naturally in the location and then someone carved onto them. But the one structure that doesn't appear natural was created by some intelligence. There's some standing stones. They've got a name. You might know this, Richard. Like Stonehenge, the 2 uprights and the 1 across. There's a name for it that I cannot remember off the top of my head, but there's one of those there. So 2 enormous slabs capped with a capstone. And it seems to be kind of in the middle of where the foundation of this kind of a small keep was. So yeah, you arrive here about an hour after nightfall. So there's still a little bit of passing light.
Well, this looks like where we were meant to be trying to find. So yeah, great. Good for us. Now what? What are we looking for here? Was it the sword? Was that the one? Where's our
That was
notes and
the
things that we wrote down?
possibility, yeah.
Right, good.
So
Can you wave the rod around and see if it directs us towards a strong magical thing?
Who's got the rod?
See,
I have the
on the south
rod.
of it.
I
The rod
wiggle it
is
around.
you hadn't been paying attention to it, and you kind of had it probably. I would even say you had it shoved into your arrow holder.
So it's just lit up the entire time.
So you pull it out, and it is brighter than you have seen it so far.
I have the power.
It is lit up, just pulsing with light that sheds light out. Quite a distance, almost like you're holding up a very strong lantern.
I'm like making lightsaber noises and swinging it around.
I don't know what I'm doing, but it seems right.
I'll look around the stones to see if there's an entrance or anything.
Okay.
that is-
Well,
I'm literally gonna keep going around the area, like swinging this around and like, boom, like seeing if it changes.
the thing is, it doesn't seem to diminish at all. The light is bright and strong. Whatever it is keying on is very potent. Darby, as you're looking around, you just happen to get the right angle where you look through the two upright stones, and it looks like it's still daylight. And you kind of come at it so that you kind of walk behind it to get the same angle. It looks perfectly normal, but if you look at it just so between the uprights from the direction that you guys came in, so from west to east, you can still see daylight through those standing stones.
Oh, there seems to be another portal.
Oh
do
god, we've only got
it.
2 silver keys left. Or does this one not need keys?
Okay. So it's the only. Well,
Yeah, you don't
obvious-
see you don't see anything else. I mean, what's left of this keep has obviously been scavenged for stone. Maybe farmers, who knows, but the stone's been carried away. The very bottom of the structure here is very sound foundation. It's actually very good stonework, but there's no voids in it as far as you can tell.
I'm just gonna walk through into the daylight. I'm just like,
Okay.
we've done crazier shit in the past couple of weeks.
See,
I'm
you
going.
walk through, and you guys don't see him appear on the other side of the uprights. But then on your side of sea, you're in another forest that looks very similar, except it's now, instead of being an hour or so after nightfall, it looks like it's midday. But the portal is still there. Like, you can look through and you can see everybody still kind of looking at you through it, and you guys can
I
still
wanna
see him
wave.
through the portal.
Okay.
Hey,
So
I'm
this
still
one
here.
didn't disappear. It's still there.
So I look around out here.
Mhm.
Is the place still dilapidated and gone? And
It's actually
destroyed?
not here at all. On this side, there's a road, like a dirt beaten road that leads off to the south and east a little bit, but there's no ruins here.
Is there?
And it also looks like the same kind of wood, the same kind of trees. It looks like it actually might be it looks like this might actually be spring on this side. There's a lot more growth. You don't see any trees shedding leaves, but it looks like the same kind of trees.
Is there a sword anywhere around this place?
No.
You said there was like stone things, right? Where's the sword of
Yeah.
Sid Slayer?
So the only structure you see is, turning around, you see the upright stones with the stone cap, and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
you see. Other than this path, a fairly worn path
Right.
that goes south and east.
South and east.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna wait for see if the party comes with me. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
stand there. and be
So
like,
you
"Come
guys can
on!"
see a sea through the gate. If
You
you're
said he disappeared.
no, well,
Did he
if you look from the front where
Oh,
he
right,
entered, you can
okay.
see him, but you can't see him around the rear.
I thought you meant he entered the thing and disappeared entirely, so we
Mm.
never saw him again. All right. Well, thank God for that. He's still alive.
So let's get in.
Oh,
You guys all step through. There is not like really any sensation of anything changing. Fig Jam, you confirm on the other end, it's the exact same kind of woods. The season's just different, and it looks like by the sun in the sky, it's about 6 hours shifted.
In hindsight, I feel that jumping through a portal without thinking about it is a bad idea, but
I think it was the best thing you could do.
Yep.
there's
And the-
no magic in this place except that. I just do.
And the portal is still there.
Wow.
Okay.
One second. I will go to the other. Go back through the portal.
Yep.
To World
Make sure
B,
that we
World
can-
A. I don't know that one. Whatever one it is. R1, and then we'll scratch something into the floor near.
Mhm.
Well, just anywhere, and then go back through the portal and see if it is on this one. See if we're just
no.
time displaced into the future or something.
No.
Well,
no.
okay.
no.
So, and then I will do the opposite. I will scratch something in the floor here, and go back and see if there's anything.
I mean, you play with this a little bit. You even make some more permanent, like you might even
Yeah.
scratch on the menhirs just to see. And it doesn't look like there's any time displacement. It just looks like it's another part of the woods in a different season. But it's not the
Oh.
same part of the woods.
All right, everybody remember where we parked our horses.
Again, there's a very clear path here as well that you could follow back to this if you stayed on the path.
I mean, I'm reasonably shocked that we went through this door quickly. 'Cause that's not like us at all. So,
So we can
I
go.
think we should
See,
go
the
in
difference
path.
was that there was actually no door. It was just an
Oh,
open.
Yeah.
all right, yeah, well, somebody lead on, I guess.
We
Or
want to
well,
keep the horses and bring them through.
Is the
They will
rod
fit.
still glowing
It is.
around this
Yeah,
portal?
it is.
Okay. I'm
Do we
gonna
still have a
go-
really big horse?
No, that wore off
I don't know.
a while ago.
That'd be cool.
I'm gonna go to the crossroads of East and
Yeah,
South.
yeah, let's bring the horses and
Yep.
go
yeah,
south.
that makes sense.
Yep. You
Yes.
break down your camp and you bring everything through. Well, you seem to have gained 6 hours of sunlight.
Yeah, this is always sunlight over here.
Unfortunately, we don't have any sort of sophisticated knowledge of tools like astrolabes or sectants to work out our evening the same. as you want to, whichever one you can do from that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, let's follow this path thing that's over here, then I guess.
Yeah. Do
If
we go
that's what we
south
got.
or east?
It's wide enough that you can actually ride side by side, two horses side by side, and it's cut through the forest, so your travel time will be much accelerated.
You said there were two directions we could go, though, right?
No, actually, the path led right up to the standing
Oh.
stones and then goes southeast. Like it doesn't go past the
Oh.
standing stones. It like ends literally right at the stones.
Oh, so it's only one road. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I was worried there were two roads. Okay.
Mind you, regular-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's follow the road.
let's go on.
Okay.
Let's try not to meet ourselves coming back the other direction.
You did silly things. Don't go. Don't go.
Exactly.
1 on 1d6.
Yep.
Looks bad.
Bad.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So going along the road, probably not terribly fast, but at a good clip. You can see ahead of you that there's a lone man ahead of you on the road. Seems to be on foot, leading a mule that seems to be packed down with some supplies. And he's a bit ahead of you, so you're seeing him on the horizon or so. Your horses, you're not making any particular effort to keep quiet, so he does look back and see you, but doesn't seem to really exclaim at it or anything. He just continues on, although he does kind of go to the side of the road a little bit to allow you to pass.
And nudge someone.
Mm,
And talk to that person. Find out their name.
You want me to talk to them?
I don't know if it was yours nudging. Yeah, sure. I'm not paying attention.
Hail. Excuse me, sir.
Okay, so you ride up.
Bonjour.
It turns around and it's a woman.
Oh.
Later of age, but not grandmotherly. There's a bit of white starting to show in her hair. She's very pale of complexion. She looks up to you, and you can tell that her mule is loaded down with wicker baskets full of different herbs, roots, that sort of thing. And she's got a few bags tied to it that clink as the mule moves. Sounds like glass. She nods at you. Bonjour.
Could you tell me if you know anything about some names if I were to read them to you?
What's your charisma? Just
A
what is the
lot.
score?
It's 16.
All right, yeah, you're pretty affable. Okay. She nods and says, well, I was meaning to take a break soon anyway. Would you care for some bread or cheese? Now, did you break ahead of your party, or did you just come all together?
I think we came all together. I just was the loud mouth
Okay.
that spoke up.
I have bread and cheese for all.
Ooh,
Let's come to the side of the road here. We can take a little break.
sure.
I have a bit of honey left. Yeah, I mean, she basically throws down a blanket and just sets out some food from her hampers.
I give her a couple of seeds.
Okay.
Because I had like a good handful of gobmelon seeds.
Okay.
So I
What-
give her a couple.
Fruit do these produce?
A special kind of melon seen nowhere here before.
Well, thank you for the gift. You said there were some names. She looks at your party and
Lady freaks me out.
yeah, Galen has his ears covered, unless you don't anymore.
I assume I've still got the
Okay.
chainmail.
So Darby's the only one that really sticks out.
He's a short guy.
Yeah, so she stares a little bit, but then gets a little bit embarrassed if you catch her eye that she's been staring so long. I will help where I can. What is this? Are you looking for merchants? Are you looking for cities? You're
well-
obviously not from here.
We're looking for special items, to be fair, but there's also names.
Items. Well, I do occasionally sell items. My specialty is unguents and potions and
Do you have
others.
a potion of time travel?
Make me a charisma check.
Why do I do this?
Somebody has to. Might as well be you.
Bop.
Okay,
Oh,
you gonna take the
I'm
failure?
gonna do a reroll.
All right.
Bop.
Okay, so
Yeah.
high success. She looks a little astounded and then says, "That has never been requested of me before. Can I ask why you need such a potion?"
Looking to break the curse in Amber Castle.
She just looks a little quizzical. I don't know of a castle by that name here.
It's not here.
Oh.
We traveled from a far, far land. And, yeah, I've been, we're on a quest to find, well, one of them is a potion of time travel. And there's some other crazy stuff, and it doesn't make sense to me, but we're gonna do it.
Well, ask me the other things, and we'll come back to this. Yes, I can brew such a potion. It
Oh.
takes time. I may have the ingredients with me, but it. I hate to be so
but-
base as to say it will cost something. But it would be depriving me of a great deal of my stores to brew it.
Hmm. Well, we could pay, I think.
Well, perhaps, I mean, there are a few ingredients that must be harvested. Well, what else? What else do you have? What else do you need?
I don't have a lock of gold anymore. I need an enchanted sword. Sephora or Malachi, maybe is a name linked to that. And then there's like this. I'm like squinting at the note. I'm like reading it in common and then reading it in French.
Okay, so
Like
we'll just say
a
that you go
mirror
over.
circled by a viper. Yeah.
We'll say you go over everything, and she says, "Well, you are in Solaire now. You would likely need to speak to the Chatterlane. It is she who likely possesses the sword. I understand she is in need of help at the moment, so you might be able to bargain with her. If you continue along this road, it will fork to further to the east, and then back more to the south. Continue along the eastern fork, and you'll find the Chatterlane's castle, or what remains of it.
Oh.
The other names and items I don't recognize. Of course, Yons and Imes are the two large cities to the north and south. And she basically, this is what you've already heard from the townspeople. She relates again.
Now, is your name Azdarak or
No, Azdarak
Jihan
is
or
the bishop.
Moriamas?
Azdarak is the bishop of Imes.
Hmm.
And who else did you ask about?
Johan or Moriamas
I don't know those names.
or Jahan, Yihan. I don't know. They're just all the names that are listed
Yes.
after the push of the time
Right.
travel. So I'm like, well, if you have it, what are these names?
Yes, such a potion is difficult to make and does require. I think I have everything except for requires the blood of a cursed being. A lycanthrope is the best because their blood is malleable; it changes.
Oh, well, Radnar's got caught everything under mankind. He was a skeleton one time. I'm sure that counts. And I go and I'm like, hey, Radnar, come here. Come here. We just need a little blood. Come here. It'll be funny. Come on.
What? Fireball?
No, blood. Blood ball. Come here.
I don't know that spell. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You've been like affected with like you've been like skeleton. That's like a lycanthrope, right?
That is nothing like a lycanthrope.
You still turned into something when the full moon came out, right?
No, it was when I got killed by Manticore.
She does pull out this a very slender blade, and she says, "Well, if you can give me but a droplet of your blood, if these things your friend is saying has befallen you, it's possible that your blood may be enough."
How do I know this won't be used against me?
It's gonna
well,
be used to make a time travel potion.
You don't. I mean, you don't know me, nor I you. I have no reason to wish you
Good
ill.
answer. Good answer. I'll stick my finger out.
Okay. Question: do you have down the lunacy on your paper?
I don't think so. See, he went straight across the thing. He didn't go around torturous.
Yeah, I got blinded. I didn't get lunacy.
Okay.
He didn't get lunacy. No.
She takes the dagger back and she rustles through her pouches on the mule and pulls out an alembic that's got some blue fluid in it, and she puts the blade with your blood in it and swirls it around. And she says, "Oh, well, fortunately, you're no longer under a spell or a curse. But unfortunately, no, your blood won't do."
Well,
So,
we got
given-
3 other people that can give blood. Seamus, Darby,
who's Jameis?
Big Jam.
That's
Galen.
the third voice in your head. By the way, you haven't heard from the other resident in your head. Well, actually, you've never heard her. But the rest of you, Galen's been Galen the entire time you've been here in Averone so far.
Maybe she got whooshed back into her body when we went through the gate because the curse isn't broken.
The thing
yet.
is that we know both Figgen and myself spent some time staring at the moon, so some of the other party members might get something there, or they might not. I don't know.
Didn't we
I just
cure
don't want to
somebody
give
of
my blood, but I'd rather give everyone else's blood, and she had a testing.
Radnar was
I think-
cured of blindness, and
Yeah.
that was the only curing that went on.
No, I
what's his
thought we had a
name
cure
cured-
of.
What what's his name?
Yeah.
The head priest guy cured someone or something.
Yeah, wasn't
Oh,
it
yeah.
of the
It was-
starving thing?
Yeah, it
Yes,
starving
it was
thing,
the starving
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So I know. So he may still hurt.
I mean, Kawaii, I understand blood magics. Have to be done
yeah, I'm
sometimes.
somewhat
yeah.
reluctant to because I don't know with the fact that I'm an elf is going to come through in my blood.
All right.
It's green. What the hell? Yeah.
Kill the infidel!
I don't remember being sick.
Yeah.
I take off my robe. I am naked underneath. Cut me! Cut me!
He's always doing.
Yes, she will
Yeah.
nick your wrist with her very thin, slender blade, and she applies it to the potion. And it's just like, oh, yes, you currently are enthralled by a curse or a spell of some sort. Your blood will do nicely. She
I mean,
hands
can
you
tell
a
whether it's
bottle.
a good or a bad spell? Is it?
No. Just the fact that you're showing some kind
If
of.
I do
taint.
have a good spell and a bad spell, will that mess up the magics at all?
No.
Okay, good. Just checking.
She hands you a bottle. It's a fairly sizable bottle. She says,
I
"If you'll fill this with your blood, please."
I was going to say, I turn away and piss in the bottle.
roll
Alright,
a d4.
E4.
D4.
4 pints of blood get lost as I try to fill up this bottle. 3 pints of blood.
Okay. So it's actually you lose 5 total hit points as you bleed into this bottle for her. It's a fair amount of blood.
Alright.
Afterwards, she rubs kind of a sticky substance on the wound, and it seals itself up pretty well. And she says, "Well, this will take some time for me to do, and I would like to do it in a place of safety. If you wish, I can accompany you to the Chatterlane of Sulaire. If you wish to find a blade, it would be her that would have it. If we can beg her hospitality, perhaps there is a place there I can make this potion. Otherwise, it's some many days' travel to where I was heading. Zymes. Or Yimes, however it's pronounced."
Fine.
Alright, I mean, sounds good.
Okay.
If we need to go to the Chatterlane, anyway, then yeah.
How's it pronounced, Darby? Jeff Chatelaine or something, isn't it?
It would be Gzim.
No, the Chatelaine.
Chatelaine.
French.
Chatelaine.
Okay, so it is a hard. Okay, Chatelaine. All right. Okay, so you continue on. The road is easy to travel.
As we go along, take heal 1d6 plus 1.
Okay.
Richard.
Oh, you're replacing my blood. I don't want your elven blood, thanks. Alright, no. Do you want me to roll?
Of
You want to
course.
roll?
You roll because you're the one being healed.
Alright,
I, at this point, I put it all on you guys. If you're being healed, you roll your own bloody thing.
Alright.
That way
alright.
you can't complain to me about how bad you're running.
You're rubbish.
3 points back.
Well, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can do the other one because I'm not going to.
Ah,
At the
don't worry.
moment,
Okay.
you're only down what 2 points at the moment.
So after several more hours of travel, although again easier on the road, you get there.
Do we offer a ride on on one of our horses?
Up
Or
to
is she
you.
Just gonna.
Yeah, I
'cause she's
mean,
got a mule and everything.
she's got a mule, but she doesn't ride it. It's got all of her stuff on it.
I mean, which means we are going to be probably leading our horses as well, since we can
Mhm.
only go as fast as the mule, which is
Well,
being
the other
led
thing is
rather
also
than
you
ride.
can redistribute the stuff on the mule. You can redistribute that on the horses, and that'll lighten the mule.
Yeah, the mule's not really overloaded. So again, Richard's right. You're going to be going at the speed of the mule. So yeah, it takes.
Growth of animal again.
It takes a bit longer, but you do, in the distance, you're coming up to, and you see why she said that it used to be a keep or a castle. So there still is standing, the tower is still standing, and it seems to be in good upkeep. But you can see crumbled walls to the rear of it, the back of it. So this used to be like an external tower with a wall built up high alongside of it, but that wall has been destroyed. You can see some crumbling masonry further in as well. So right now, only the tower survives. And yes, Fig Jam, if you take a good look at it and the lay of the land around it, this is the ruins that on the other side. It looks at least very similar, but it's still standing, and the stone isn't there in the middle of it, which is also passingly odd.
I don't understand what you're getting at. But
The layout, this looks like the ruins on the other side, except there's more.
right,
There's
I
more
see.
of it
It's-
intact.
Right. So everything that was at 58
Yes.
is now at wherever else we
Yeah.
are. I look around for my scratches.
It may still be at 58, but it's the
Yeah,
58
I
from the
get
other time.
Yeah, you do that. I mean, you look especially for the more permanent ones you did on the menhirs, but you don't see them.
All right,
So
well,
something
there we go.
similar, but not the exact same thing.
I will tell everybody else, hey, this is the same place that we were at before, but isn't.
All right, so the tower has a great door in the front, 7 feet tall, solid wood, bound in iron, closed. There's no signs of life anywhere as you ride up.
Hello? Anybody there? We were told to. I don't know. What were we told? I don't care. Is anybody there? I would
Okay.
like to speak to someone.
Yeah, you
We do.
yell, call out. There's no immediate response.
I demand an immediate response.
You wait a few moments, and the door does actually open. Behind it is looks like a man in full, kind of ornate plate, actually, full helm on as well. He's got a halberd that he's bringing to the door. He gives just kind of a stilted bow as the armor is kind of restricting some of his movement. And kind of from the cavernous helm, he's got a very deep baritone voice. And he's like, yes, the mistress has been expecting you all, if you will follow me. And he just kind of pushes the door wide and turns and walks into the tower.
I look at our friend whose name we never got, or whose name I never noted down at least, and say, is she someone we should be bowing and scraping to?
Well, not specifically. I mean, I would be on my good behavior if I were you, but she's not a queen or a ruler. She's a functionary.
Okay. Sounds good.
Moriamis is the name of this woman, by the way.
Mariamus. Alright. I'll be sure to.
There's a sound of
note this
ringing
down.
phones when you see her name. Okay, yeah, so the guard has just thrown the door wide and asked you to follow him.
I mean, sounds good to me. Let's go.
All right. Quick question. So see, I know you've got a 16 charisma. What's your charisma, Darby?
It is 11. 11.
Okay. Fig Jam?
7.
Radnar?
14.
Okay. And Galen? 10. Okay. Good enough.
When we go and I look for somewhere to stable the horses because we don't really bother.
Right. So if you're looking around, some of the fallen masonry seems to have been adjusted to make kind of like a a corral area, you actually do find a gate where you could lead the horses in, close it, and they would have room to eat the grass. You see there's a water trough. It's got a bit of water in it. Looks fresh enough.
I take care of the horses
Okay,
and the
take care of the
mule.
horses.
Yes.
Uh,
The
do
mule,
the
if,
rest,
she wants milk, then I'll take care of the mule as well.
she'll put the mule in there as well. But she'll wait outside until you have struck some deal with Chatelaine, if whether she can stay and do what she needs to or not. So she'll wait out here with your horses. You guys go in, and there is a flight of stairs that go up to midway up the tower, and there's a cozy fire set. There's thick carpets and furs, and somebody is beeping all over the place. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that's not me.
It's Discord, whoever is doing that.
Okay. So, very cozy fireplace. Going up the stairs, you see an oil painting on the wall of a very beautiful woman with long, flowing, kind of steel gray hair. It looks very regal. And as you come in, you see the same woman is lounging in a very comfortable looking chair. She's got a carafe of wine that's been out, and she's smelling it through one of the wine glasses, and she says, yes, I have timed it exactly. The wine has had enough time to breathe. Come. Fig Jam, Darby, Galen, and Radnar, please. And I believe there's one other guest. Did she not accompany you?
She was unknowing that she was going to be invited in. She
Did
just
she not?
would rather
Oh.
wait out.
Oh, well, I believe that she needs lodgings to perform a function for you. I will send one of the guards to have her installed in a
Ah.
room.
How do you know who we all are? We foretold in prophecy, or you just have spies everywhere, or what's the deal here?
I do have spies in most of the province, but no, I'm afraid that some simple magics and scryings led me to know that you would be arriving, and perhaps I could convince you to do a task for me. I know the item that you seek, and I do have access to it, and can place it in your hands if you are willing to do a task for me. Please, wine.
Hold up my hand. Huh? All right, okay,
Take
fine.
wine.
Okay, somebody is just blowing up with their Discord. It's really annoying.
Shut it off,
It's
guys.
not me.
Just shut it off until while you're playing. Turn off the beep that's in Roll20 while you're at it, because that's annoying as well.
All kinds of annoyances.
Yeah, I'll take a glass of wine. Is it red or white?
It is red.
Alright.
Red like your blood.
I was going to say, I
Uh,
check it's not my blood that we have accidentally.
She
I'll
makes
swirl it.
particular as she
Sniff it
hands a glass to everybody. She lingers a bit as she hands you the glass to see, trails a finger on the back of your hand. She's an incredibly attractive woman. A little older, but still,
Enchante.
she gives you a little smile.
He's a witch.
She did say she was scrying on us, and this place apparently had no magic.
So, after everyone has had time to sip the wine, which is quite good, who is actually drinking the wine? Not that that's a loaded question in any way.
I am.
Hands up. Okay.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
I-
Yeah,
I've
it's
lost
very
enough
good.
bloods.
It's like a mulled, spiced wine. The fireplace is roaring in the background. It's a little hot in here, actually. But she's not really wearing much either. As I said, I do have a task that I will trade the sword for if you're able to accomplish this for me.
What do you wish?
I have a small problem with a wolf, one that walks on 2 legs at times, 4 at others.
Oh, well,
Three
we don't
legs in
need
the
that
evening
blood
with a
anymore.
cane?
Lycanthrope.
Say that again, Galen.
3 legs in the evening with a cane?
Yeah.
Well, in his mortal form, he is an elderly practitioner of magic, one that the Inquisition was dearly like to put an end to, and he has been causing me endless amounts of trouble, stalking me in his wolf form with his pack, making it difficult for my guards to travel and to procure stock and food and such. He's been a real nuisance as of late.
Are we in the same place as we were earlier, lady? Are we on a different plane of existence again?
Okay, because
Because
she
we
kind
came
of
through the
bows
door.
to your intellect in that and says, "It is a pocket dimension, if you will. This is territory that's been bequeathed to me as long as this tower continues to stand. The power that keeps the way open will continue to work."
Okay,
Are you
all right.
related to the people in the Amber Castle?
The the D'Amberville family. Related, no, no. I am very aware of their
Hmm.
history.
Do you want this mace?
Oh,
The jeweled mace of the king and the queen.
interesting. I have no need for it, but that is.
I'll trade you the sword.
No, I'm
I
afraid
wink.
I don't need any further implements from their household, which the sword is as well.
Oh yeah.
She does give you a little coquettish look as you do that. There's a little something going on there, only because the C is the most handsome of the group. The rest of you are
I'm
dog
a
crap.
cutie.
So where is this wolf? That you
He stalks. He stalks this area. He will assault my guards on the road. He has at times his pack has assaulted my tower here. Where his lair is, I don't know, but my region is small, so this pocket dimension, which we call Silair as well, the boundaries are considerably smaller than the Silair in Averone.
There's a Zymes and Viones. I'm going to say Viones.
There is a Zymes here. Viones exists
Because
still.
there was,
That's where
yeah,
that's where your apothecary was going.
yeah.
Mhm.
So this place is smaller than where we came from. You still got these things, isn't it? So,
Well, yes and no. The Zymes and the Iomes is still the same ones in Averone. You will get to a boundary of my domain. Think of it as a soap bubble. Once you've reached a boundary, it will pop. To get here
I look at
initially,
Fig Jam. Soap?
Yep.
What's
I
soap?
was going to say exactly the same thing, man.
What,
What
soap? Never touch the stuff. Poisonous, I tell you.
It makes all that crap come up on your skin. It's
Right.
obviously doing something bad. Yeah.
So once you are within my domain, it's easy to get back to Averone. To come into my domain initially, though, the route through the menhirs and the standing stones must be used.
I see.
So you just want us to kill this guy, do you?
Or, yeah, I suppose if some arrangement can be made that he stops harassing me, that would be as well, although I find that largely unlikely.
Is this person a real person? I mean, like they're not a figment of your realm. Could they travel back into the other Averone and
Oh, most
live there?
certainly. Most certainly. There
Okay.
are things in my keep that he wants. With me gone or starved out, he'll be able to take.
So what happens when you die? Doesn't this place pop?
Well, Granted, it's possible with enough force to kill me. My realm and myself are ageless. This is an endless summer.
Oh, okay. That must make
Endless
harvesting food
summer.
problematic.
I always want to go on vacation.
It's great, except for all the werewolves.
Yeah. So okay, we'll get rid of this werewolf. Can you tell us anything about the mirror, the snake line mirror, or
Okay, so you
the,
basically go over the stuff with you, and she tells you that you're going to need to visit Zymes and Biomes to acquire everything. The Azrak, the Bishop of Zymes in particular, is going to have one of those items. She believes that it is the mirror that he has, but she's not sure.
Cool. All right.
If it's eternal summer here, is time passing while we're in here or not? Because we've been doing that a lot recently. Does it pass differently to passing outside?
It passes at the same length of time. A
Okay.
day, spending a day here would be a day there. It's not accelerated. It's not slowed.
All right.
Hmm.
I've been having a lot. I have no idea what the day is.
You have no idea how old you are anymore.
I was gonna say we're like 3 or 4 planes deep at this time.
Yeah, I've completely lost track of that too.
You're at least 4 turtles down.
Yeah. So werewolves, what do they do? Vulnerable to? Can we? I mean, what do
Well,
we need for
they're-
that? Is it just the silver of legend and?
Silver
what else?
weapons that have magics about them. Beheading works just fine. Fire is always a good one.
Everybody, get your fireballs warmed up.
But as I said, his human guise is a fairly powerful magician, and he has complete control over his wolf form, although there are some stages of the moon that forces him into it. He has a pack as well.
It's always summer.
Mm-hmm.
Does it ever actually be night here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there is a moon, not just summer.
Considering we've been traveling a few hours to get here, I expect it to be should be dark by now.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't look outside at that sort of thing.
Anyway. I
I'm a
didn't look
mere-
up
I'm a
in the
mere
sky as I
human.
went through into the castle.
I'm a mere human. I mean, I don't notice when things are getting dark, etc., because things are always dark for me, whereas you can always see all the time, and you're all telling me.
But I bestow upon you the comforts of my home until you can provide this task, and I will provide you with the blade. Of course, the sooner the task is complete, the better, but there's time. My guard will show you to your rooms.
Can I ask another question?
Of course.
Would the blade actually help us kill the werewolf?
She thinks about that for a
Is
minute.
it-
Like, she thinks hard on that for a moment. And no more so than the weapons you already possess.
Okay.
She's
Ah,
died.
Just a thought.
Yep.
Yeah,
So, like,
she knows
she
everything about
yeah,
us
so
already,
she,
you know.
she definitely gave it some good thought for a solid minute or two before she answered you. She's like, no more or less than what you can do now.
Okay. Let's do we sleep here and continue tomorrow morning? Or are we looking for that wolf while it's at night? It's
I don't know whether we
nighttime.
want to do it at night or during the day. Which is it better to face, a werewolf or a mage?
Okay.
Depends on how you attack, I guess.
Anybody got any ideas on how we're going to attack? Because I don't.
Incompetently. without a
Incompetently,
plan.
yeah.
So yeah, it is nightfall. So she will put your apothecarist into a room and give her an area to work in. The guards show you where you can stay. It's a single large room, but there are several beds in it. It's basically, it looks like it might have been like a guard's barracks at one time, but it's all been. It's like there's carpeting. It's been done up real nice, but there's still that several beds in one room sort of thing.
Great.
Well, do we all get a group room and as he has their own single room somewhere else?
I would. do
Let's see,
that,
gets a
you're
booty
right.
call somewhere. 2 a.m. booty call.
Well, I mean, no, I'm out of things to do. Good night.
All right. So if you guys just rest through the night, if you've got any damage, it heals up fine. It's a very restful night, except deep into the night, almost before dawn, you do hear howling outside of the keep. Not close, but sounds like it's surrounding the keep in the woodline. If anybody takes a quick look out one of your windows, can't see it, but you can kind of hear wolves from the forest that it's cut back from the keep quite a bit, maybe 100 or so yards away, and you can hear howling from inside the woods. Can't make out anything, can't see anything.
Right. Well, that lady said that you had lycanthropy in you, right? Richard?
No,
No?
no, I was cursed. I don't think she
Oh.
said lycanthropy.
Oh,
If she
she said
did,
cursed.
Just a curse.
if she did, well then that's surprised at that, and
She first said she needed lycanthropy. That's why when she took your blood, I was so surprised.
She said lycanthrope's blood would be best, but anyone that's been under like a curse or a strong spell, they still linger under.
Oh. Well, you always seemed a little magical to me.
Just a little.
And I point the staff at you.
I mean, given that this is a bubble universe, I guess that thing has been as bright as possible.
It
all
has
of
not
the time.
changed luminous the entire time. It's just been lit up.
I just start spinning it and just making a light show with it. And just,
Make me a dex check.
you got it. I can do that. Alexa, play Sandstorm by Darude.
Low success. You almost drop it, but you
I'm
catch
like
it
that,
before
I'm like that
it hits
kid
the
in
ground.
the corner at the rave who's never done it before, but is doing his best.
Mm-hmm. All right. So in the morning, guards bring you in trays of basically warm porridge, some bread, a bit of cheese. You can see where she's getting a little concerned about food stores. The bread is, at least a day or two old, although fine.
Bread that's more than a day old. How does she?
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
Oxygen for at least 24 hours. How dare you serve this to me? I throw the tray across the room.
The guard just kind of bows, and soon a servant comes in to clean up the mess.
No, leave it. I chase the servant out. I close the door. I eat the food off the floor.
No, she snags the bread and eats it herself as she leaves.
No! Fight her for it.
I suppose they're silver trays, are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
Can't eat money, but you sure can serve crap food on it.
well, maybe we should take these trays and food things with us so that we don't, so that we have some silver.
Let's stuff our rogues.
We've got
Let's
silver
get the fuck outta
coins.
here.
Oh, I suppose we do have
Get
silver.
a
A
catapult.
silver tray on my shield.
What were you saying, Bill?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, we'll just stuff our like robes and clothes with shit on our way out. You know, like a tray here,
That's-
cup here, candlestick here, that kind of thing. Nothing here.
I mean, I was gonna say talk to her and say, hey, can we have these things? But if you just want to steal them,
I'm just putting it on my shield. It's
Yeah,
right
I mean, yeah.
there. It's
You're
right
You're going
there,
to strap
invisible.
a silver serving tray onto your shield.
Yup.
mhm,
It's right there. So in case he attacks me, it's silver.
yeah.
It's I don't know. To a thief, it would work. To a thief, it would work in the thief's mind. right?
Radnar and Fig Jam, who might have some experience with this, and Galen maybe too, would probably tell you, no, that's not going to work. It's actually got to penetrate them and not just
I mean,
touch them.
that depends on what legends you're
Yeah,
going
that's
for.
true.
Sometimes it's just the touch of it. So, yeah.
That's true.
So I mean, I was going to do a similar thing and try and get some sort of duct tape thing and duct tape the tray to my chest and then wear the robes over the top. So I don't
Bulletproof
know.
armor. Genius. See, great
Ah.
minds think alike.
All right.
Really?
So
He's got a 19 intelligence, so he should know that.
we're stealing the silverware.
Thing is, if the wolf bites onto you, then the plate is inside the mouth. So
Yeah.
What was that, Bill?
You said penetration.
Yeah. So you steal the silverware. All right.
No,
all
I was
right.
going to ask her if we could have it. Hey, look, we're doing your stuff to kill your werewolf. It's silver.
That's
Can we have
just-
it?
Waves her hand. It's like, if you find it necessary, there are probably silvered blades around that would be more useful if you'd like.
Can't use a
You have
blade.
Silver blades? Wait, can I trade you?
She just kind of points at the walls. I mean, there are weapons that are displayed on the walls and such. She says, if you find a useful blade, take it.
The last time I took a blade, I got cursed. Are you sure?
Well, I'm not saying that you wouldn't be. I mean, but it would be not of my doing. I have not touched any of these weapons in some times. They're purely decorational. But if you find something useful, feel free.
Is there a silver blade?
You want to look around? Make me a luck
Yeah.
check.
Oh, fuck me. Is that a 100?
Yep, and tell me high or low.
It's always high with me, baby. Well,
You find a silver weapon.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks
What
like
is
it's a rapier. That's got a silvered blade and it's got a silvered pommel on it. It's in a dark kind of hallway off to the side. It's like the only weapon that's or anything that's displayed on this wall.
I kind of see that, and I look at Arena's rapier, and I'm like, I already got one of you. No, I don't want it, and I leave.
All right. Other than that, I mean, you do find like silver daggers around. I mean, they weren't meant for battle. You know, they're more like cutlery for your food.
Oh, I'll take
But-
daggers.
Yeah, you can get a few daggers. I tell you what, roll a d8.
I can throw those.
Okay, so
4.
you find 4 usable daggers that you think would stand up to actually being used in combat, at least for a little bit.
Silver knives.
Yep.
Okay. Is this like the stone knives where if I roll a 4 on the damage, it breaks?
They're gonna break, right?
Okay. I like those. I still haven't used any of them yet. I'm just a pack rat.
Does anybody else want to look around for any kind of weapons? I mean, there are a lot on display. There's some armor on display.
I don't know. I have like 12 daggers on me anyway. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Already strapped the silver tray to myself. I'm good.
I mean, I'll walk around with the C to make sure he doesn't like get trapped by some cursed sword again.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should go look at that rapier.
Nah, I'm not a fan of rapiers myself.
Oh,
So Radnar looks at the wall, and he just completely missed the magical text that says something like, you know, the rapier soul sucker of doom. He who wields this will.
Yeah, good choice there.
I never actually learned how to read French. I only know how to speak it. I pretended to learn how to read it with you guys.
It's never
when
been
we
a
took
great
the
student.
month.
I
No.
took French in high school, and I only remember shit like, you know, the Cahiers d'Exercice and stuff like that.
All right. So you spend the night there. Everyone's well refreshed. She provides, you know, meager food, but food. Actually, what there is an abundance of is rabbit and fowl. So like there's plenty of like cooked rabbit meat, and various types of birds that have, plenty of meat, just not much in the way of cheeses or breads or grains.
And maybe we should have brought him some cows or something. You know?
Well, some of my guards are hunters, and they're able to provide our larders with the occasional rabbit and grouse and a peacock now and then. Beautiful birds. I hate to eat them, but one must do what one must do. I mean, I myself, I can't starve to death, but it is uncomfortable after a while.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys were just giving the run of things as
Oh,
to.
I wanted to ask you another question. Sorry, I keep thinking of all these things. What was it that he wanted from you?
Well, I
that
don't
you are
know.
Not prepared to. You don't
There,
know.
I
Alright.
know his human form is a powerful spellcaster because I first met him in that form in Averone. We were vying for the same position, we'll say. I know that he is very learned at the art, at least my equal in spellcasting. What he wants, he has not deigned to parley with me. I mean, if you can find out simply if he wants something of mine that I'm willing to give him, I suppose that would be an end to things, but he has not been exactly forthcoming with what it is he wants. Other than my death.
Okay, well, we'll try to avoid that. And,
Just
maybe
stares
we'll
at you
bargain.
with with that hanging in the air.
I have a plan, but I want to hear from Darby. I haven't used Darby in a while. What do you think, Darby?
Well, I I'd like to search around the castle. I think that making a short walk in the wood would be.
Okay.
I think we could attract the wolf and maybe trap him, confront him with our swords and other weapons.
I was thinking something a little more diplomatic, and this might take a Dowdu to a neck. But again, yes, no, you're right. We need to. I think we should walk around here and get a feel for the place, and then we potentially put out tonight an offer of we would like to meet to talk with you, and see what we can name a place or a time if they want to, or wait for him to nominate one. And we just may need to prove that we are not aligned with the Chatelaine. So I think he may be spending the night outside as well, so they can. Hey, he's obviously not got anything to do with it. He's out here. He's vulnerable, willing to put himself out just to have a wee chat. But your first was recon the area, so you know what's around.
All right. So Darby, what are you looking for around the castle and around like the environments outside? Anything in particular?
Well, I'll look if there is tracks or signs that
Roll me a d6.
people are roaming in the woods.
Okay. 3 actually makes it because it's really easy to find if you're looking for it. There's urine, like fresh urine at the base of the tower. Some creature marked its territory on the stone last night. Yes, you do see prints. It looks like further out, like if you go to the forest edge and just start poking around, you'll see, wolf prints circling the keep, fairly fresh, probably from just even last night. See some that are older too.
And are they? Do we see where they're going?
With that roll, no. But you do find some tracks. If you want to bring it to attention of someone that can track better, maybe.
Yeah. I'll tell Fig Jam, Galen, here. Come see what I found.
Actually, have tracking listed as one of my specialities.
Okay.
Sounds like
Yeah.
Fig Jam does not track.
In which case, Galen, yeah. I mean, there's clear. You could trace these. Definitely, it goes deeper into the woods, more toward the north and west. But yeah, you could.
Okay, we can follow the tracks, but can we do so without having weapons on display? I wonder, it could be good if we could at least try some sort of diplomatic approach first. I'm not saying we don't fight back if we get attacked, but can at least go in with the surface appearance of, not trying to kill anyone.
We're in the woods, right?
Yeah. Well,
That's where the tracks go. The tracks
yeah.
go into the woods. Yeah.
Especially once we get in the woods, I'm gonna sort of keep my gaze up. I'm gonna keep checking up to see if we're being like observed or something.
Oh, that's that's another one of my traits. Paranoia. Look up.
Roll me a d6, Bill.
All right.
So this is just in the woods. You haven't started tracking yet because Galen
Yeah.
has some misgivings about just tracking it back. Radnar, there are some ravens about, or at least some black feathered birds that do seem to perch and seem to be watching you with their beady little eyes. You don't know if that's natural or not.
Hey guys, check that out. I'll point it out to my companions. So he's got the eye on us, man.
Wave at them. Hi.
Yeah, so your motion when you do that directed at them causes them to caw. Some of them drop poop on you and they kind of circle above, but after just a moment or two they'll settle back down and they continue just to kind of stare.
Moonin?
You should magic missile them.
I never learned magic missile.
Oh, well, I'll have to teach you on our next.
What is it with you and immediately attacking things?
Yeah, Galen, I mean they're acting a lot to you just like what would you, scavenger birds. Like so they're waiting for something to die.
I thought they were going to be her eyes and ears. That was that's
Could
what
be.
she was doing.
Could be.
Could be that too, but they are acting pretty
So
normal.
I'm happy to track and follow. I'm just saying, can we just not go and guns are blazing? There's a term that I suddenly thought of for some reason. I don't know. What it is,
I promise you I would not fire a gun at anybody.
So yeah,
Yeah.
and with,
No,
with
if you
that
want to try
rather
diplomacy, yeah.
with that rather limp promise, we go on tracking.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and track.
Yeah.
Give
But
me
again, I'm being, I'm not. I don't have my weapons out.
Okay,
Because a freaking shield, you can't really carry it softly.
give me roughly what your marching order is then. So Galen's at the front with no weapons out. Who's behind him, and what display, if anything, are you having?
Okay,
Oh, yeah, you go next. I'll go after him.
I'll go in second.
I'll go
Okay.
third.
Are you guys going to have weapons drawn or not?
Yes, Randall with all his weapons.
Yeah, if the plan
I
is
do
to
have a lot of
parley,
weapons, actually. Yeah.
yeah, if the plan is to parley, I'll keep my weapon and my sword in the scabbard.
We're thinking there's only a move action to get it out anyway. So it's not like, oh no, we're going to spend 5 hours trying to get the bloody weapons out of us.
All right. So you track the wolves, and you come to a natural path in the woodline, like almost like an animal's path, right? One leads you off a little bit to the right, where you can clearly see that there is a body of water. You can see that there are now some deer and small animals that are drinking from it, but you can also see kind of like a depression that might be a cave. Now, this natural path, kind of broken by just animals moving along a path that they follow for water, food, that's become very normal. The path does kind of break a little bit. And to the west, you can see what looks like a small tree house built up off the ground, roofed, and not necessarily walled, but like kind of like heavy cloth hanging to cover it, kind of like a yurt structure, just up in the trees. It's a little bit off in the distance, and it's away from what looks like a den. The prints all go to the east towards that den, but you do again. You see that tree house up ahead to the west just a little bit.
Just fireball the fuck out of the treehouse. Or do we take the wolves in the den out first?
Neither. Diplomacy.
What part of?
Diplomacy is not
Listen,
using 2 fireballs, and only using 1.
I murder hoboed someone for the first time the other day.
You
and
can't
I
you
just-
can't spell diplomacy without explode. No wait,
Yeah.
hold.
Exactly what he said.
Well, detonate. Yeah, they're pretty close.
Alright, well, I guess I can talk to him.
Right, so, do we know the guy's name? I asked the party. So,
I bet it's
Werewolf
on this
man.
list.
Yeah, did she give us his name?
Malachi du Marias.
He is on the list, Malachi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna go towards the treehouse.
Not in a cornfield, is it?
No, it's not.
I'm just gonna get close enough that is there a clearing near the treehouse, or is it just pretty much?
It's just that game trail that kind of goes up to it. It's fairly
Okay.
overgrown. So you come up to it. Roll me a d6.
Yeah. So I'm not.
'Kay.
2. That's good for me.
Roll me a dex check.
Well, that's bad.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it. I don't know what happened. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take it.
So you step in a trap, a noose, then suddenly you find yourself dangling with your head pointing to your ground, your feet up. You've stepped into just a very basic trapper's noose.
I'm a ranger.
But as you do this, you're up high in the sky. It dragged you a good 15 feet up. And then as you're bouncing there for a little bit, you notice the tree that you're spinning and kind of facing right now. It kind of looks like there's a face in the tree. And then there's definitely a face in the tree as this tree, impression of the face kind of moves. And you see its mouth kind of open and close like it's trying to clear its mouth. Who be you, intruders into my realm?
What's are you Malachi? It's that scene from Thor.
That's a name to conjure with. What do you want with Malachi? And as you're hearing this, 15 feet up in the air, dangling, talking to this knots in the tree that look like a face, the rest of you guys can actually hear the conversation, but it's reverberating. You can't really pick out where it's coming from. It seems to just be coming from all around you. So you're all hearing what the tree up there is saying to Galen.
Can I try another dex check just to sort of try and wrap myself up to grabbing the rope with my leg? Just rather.
You want to you just want to stop
was it
yourself from
such a
spinning. You don't need a roll for that, but if you want to try and get out of it, I'll need either a
No,
dex
I
or a
wanna
strength
get-
check.
I want to get it so I'm not upside down.
Yep, that's fine. You can just grab it and kind of climb up a
Yeah.
little bit. Your leg's still trapped in it, but you're upright.
Yeah. Yeah, we come on behalf of the Chantelane. We would like to discuss matters with you and see if there can be some reconciliation.
The
Other big words.
the face spits a dollop of just sap. It splats on you. Pff. You're her minions. You could die just like her, of starvation, a slow, lingering death.
Is there something we can do for you? We're not. I'm not here to.
So again,
Really,
you guys
I
all
like the
hear at least the tree. You can all hear the trees part of the conversation, not necessarily what Gale is saying, but you can
Yeah.
all hear it. It's just coming from all
I
around you.
look up. I open my fucking loudmouth when I hear him say, "You can all die here." I go, "Well, I could also light you on fire with a fireball, but I want to play nice right now."
Ooh.
Not
Can we
helping.
talk about things?
It's like, give me that charm pierce
Don't
as well.
just tell someone to die when we're here and not trying to cause a problem.
Okay, hold on a second.
You just found the sword from the girl. In
Oh,
the
well,
castle.
hold on. This is going to be right after he says, I can just fireball you. Give me a second.
Jesus Christ.
PCs, huh? PCs.
All right. Make me a save versus magic. Let's see.
Hell yeah. Bring it on.
Of course, if his fireball goes off, both Fig Jam and I will probably fire him too. Oh yeah.
You keeping it?
I'm gonna use one reroll.
Okay.
Just one. Let's try that one more time. Boop. Yeah,
It's
we're
approved.
keeping that.
You are struck by lightning for 22 points of damage.
Oh shit.
And so, are you alive at 22?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, as soon as he finishes saying the word, I can just fireball you. He's struck by lightning, and you all hear, I prefer lightning. Everyone else on the ground, since you didn't exactly tell me what your positions are, give me a luck check. Declare high or low. We'll start with Darby, high or low, as to whether or not you happen to have been close to a C.
Okay, I'll say low.
You're
Oh,
fine.
oh.
You're just enough out of the way. How about you, Fig Jam? High or low?
Big Jam remembers.
Remembers he's wearing a metal tray.
No, he's wearing a That's true, yeah. And Big Jam also remembers he's wearing the magical cap tooth of not being struck by randomness, and is also better at gambling than before.
All right.
Does no? would
Yeah,
that
yeah, I'll
apply
take
to
that.
you?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
does that, I
yeah,
don't
no,
know
I'll
if that
take that,
applies
yeah.
or not.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah. You're just like a toe's breath out of range. Radnar.
Let's go high.
Oh,
Okay, you gonna keep it or reroll?
I'm gonna reroll.
All right.
I've got 20 hit points, so I'm rerolling that shit.
fair
All right,
enough.
let's go with high again.
All right. 11 points of damage just from the arc of electricity that sparks off of you being close by with items that you have on you. So 11 points. And Galen, it's like the oaken head kind of turned to see what happened to a sea, then it turns back to you and says, "You want to help kill her? Bring me her head. She's cost me everything."
What happened? What happened to all that? Clearly, you have enough power here that you could. I don't see why you would have trouble yourself.
Jalen,
Something.
Jameis is a lot more charismatic than Galen, unfortunately. So let me have you make
Yeah.
a charisma check
Unfortunately, yeah.
to see if you seem like a sympathetic ear or not.
I've got it all in 20s.
You gonna
We're
keep it?
fighting really, really good.
You gonna keep it?
I'll spend one reroll because that's
Okay.
It's like
got
you asked
50-50.
Andrew Dice Clay to negotiate with her.
Yeah.
I got 50-50 shot. Oh crap!
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Nice. Nice.
She cost me everything: my position, my wife, my children.
Oh, that's terrible. What happened?
There's actually the face actually looks a little like, gives you the shifty dog eyes for a moment.
Yeah, we know what happened.
A night's indiscretion that I later found out was an enchantment she placed upon me. We were rivals. That cost me my position. The fact that I laid with her for a night cost me my wife, my children, everything.
I'll sleep with her to kill her for ya.
Jeez.
You got anything I can sneak in with me? She's kind of crafty. But she wanted to fuck. I could tell.
I'm sorry, you see, you're just baiting him at this point.
No, I'll kill her for you. I mean it.
All right, I'll tell you what. Because you mouthed off earlier, I'll give you the possible benefit. Just luck, high low.
Hi.
You gotta keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I die, I
It's point of
die.
ever widening circle around the sea as everybody's
Oh, you might actually live through this one.
You might.
Okay. Take 14 points of damage.
Minus
as
3.
Magical shafts of light seem to come from the hut arc and splash into a sea.
Oh, there we go. The sniper's given away his position now.
Yep. Yes, he has. So are you down?
Oh yeah, I'm -3.
Okay, so you're bleeding out.
Yeah.
So a sea dropped. He's got probably looks like a concussion. So he's bleeding out of his ears, his nose. He's just kind of twitching on the ground.
I turned myself invisible.
Okay, cast invisibility.
Yeah.
I will go over to Jesse and try and feed him some of these yummy, yummy healing. Yes, these are the healing berries. That's right, not the poisonous
Yeah.
ones.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. So a C. Go ahead and roll. How many doses are you giving him?
I
You
might
just
as well
got the
give
one
him
dose, right?
more.
You're talking about the healing berries that you just found
Yeah.
yesterday.
picked up 3. He picked
Yeah,
up
I got
Three.
3, so I might as well fill. Oh no, I'll feed him 1 to see.
Yep. So
how
start
much
with the
it heals him,
D6.
first of all.
Start with the D6 and see if that gets you. No, you're still dying.
Stabilizers though.
Here, have both of these. Ah! Shove it in mouth.
Yep.
2 more.
Okay. Go ahead, roll 2d6. So 3.
Wow.
Oh my god,
Okay.
man.
Okay, so you're no longer dying.
Hot garbage. Yeah, I'm at 1.
Yeah. So you're conscious at 1 hit point. There's a ringing in your ears. You can't feel your legs. Radnar seems to have disappeared.
I sat there. I'm like, all right, guys. I think I can distract him like one more time.
So Galen,
Yeah,
the
kill
face in the tree trunk looks to you. It looks down at his sea, looks back to you and says, "Your friend should hold his tongue if he wishes to keep it."
I pull out
Do
the
we-
staff.
Do we see where this guy is?
Well, you saw the energy arc out of that hut up in the tree, up in that tree house.
Oh, dude. Oh,
How
dude.
far away is the treehouse from me?
From you,
Yeah.
I'll try to climb.
including
fireball
going
range is
up
the
maybe 300. Yeah, it's a distance. It's a
Alright,
good distance.
What's the range of fireball?
Range of
It was coming.
fireball is 240.
Yeah, so it's just out of
Okay.
reach.
I mean, the question is,
So-
what's the range on magic missile?
I can
You can hit
walk
like that.
a little closer though,
150.
right? It's like up and away,
Wow.
Mhm.
right? Diagonally. Alright, so I have the staff out and I'm like using it to like slowly walk closer. I'm like wee woo with the glowing bright as fuck because I like giggling at it.
Man.
And I'm gonna get like I'm just slowly slowly making my way closer.
Okay.
If you die, I can't help you because I'm.
I'm
stuck
not
up here.
saying anything yet, but I'm just slowly like
If you are on the right way to go. You kill
I'm
one
walking
hit.
slowly towards him.
Radnar, you're invisible. Oh man, I hate to do this. You roll me a d6, and then a C roll me a d6 as well.
alright.
You both go up in nooses. Yay!
Oh, there's that too.
5.
Oh.
Radnar, He's not in the treehouse. He's down here. You see some branches shift. He's also invisible, and he's right behind Issy.
Can he see me?
No, I mean like he displaced some leaves, and you see the footprints like walk right in front of you. Like you would have ran into him.
Stab
So-
him with my silver dagger.
Okay, there's gonna be a penalty because you don't know exactly where he is. But go ahead, give me a roll. I hope you get it.
I do too.
You're immune to fireball, right?
Yes. That's my next
Alright.
move.
Well, I have a move.
Yeah.
Only if you know where he is.
Okay,
I
that
don't
is
need to know
that
where
is
he is.
that is
I need
not
to know
going to do
where
it.
I'm not.
Can I use a reroll on that?
Any
Yeah.
roll that you
Yeah.
roll, you can
Yeah,
re-roll.
yourself
It's
that.
up to
Do
you.
it.
You rolled a
believe-
10 to get that, so yeah, you got half chance of doing better.
I use one reroll on it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. Come on.
Oh.
That's better.
Ooh.
But there's a
I'm not going to use any more rerolls on it.
Okay. Your blade does hit something, but it feels like
See.
it's solid, and the blade just kind of skitters off. And
I-
unfortunately, you see, no, you don't know what's going
Oh.
on. You failed your roll. The next thing
Oh.
anybody knows is there's a werewolf that has just bitten down through Assiz's neck and shoulders, and he becomes visible as he lifts him up into the air. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You might be dead.
Mm,
Or at least a werewolf. Okay, hold on. Here we
And we
go.
also see Randall right beside him as well, because he's
Wait,
not visible.
wait. I could stick my hand up his ass. Fireball.
Not this
Can
one.
I?
No, I wouldn't be able to.
myself?
Wouldn't be able to make the motion. So no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, but he got you on surprise, so he may finish
Okay.
you right here. Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Oh. That only puts me at, let's see, well, was the first one the
10
roll to
points
hit?
total.
Oh,
Wait, was the
Yeah.
first roll the roll to hit?
No, that was something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 points total, I'm at -9.
Okay, so you're 1 point away from being dead. So you're
Alright.
lifted as like blood just spouts and you vomit blood as he just tears
Yeah.
into your shoulder, your neck, and he takes his claws and he just tears you open. He just grabs the front of you, just tears you open, and just throws your body wetly to the ground. Like you have 1 hit point before you're dead. You will be dead next round.
Can I do something?
No.
No.
No. So we'll end the session there before
Oh,
everyone
geez,
can
man.
initiate.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm stuck up in a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm
Don't
thinking
worry.
if I don't know, man. Yeah, I wanna cast.
Yep.
I wanna cast next.
So remember, you can stabilize someone just by getting to them. Okay. It doesn't mean that he's going to be conscious. It just means he stops bleeding to death. So you can keep him at the -9 if you can just get to him. All right, so we'll end it there. Bill, what's going on with Frog Gods? You got anything going on?
Well, running Lusty Baracus this Wednesday. That's really all I've got going on right now. They're talking about coming out with some more holiday themed adventures this year. So I'm sure we'll be running like Orcus on 34th level and how Orcus stole Christmas and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. Good stuff. Dion, what do you got going on?
I have a season finale of the Happiest Apocalypse on Earth going on tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fulsham Arts channel. Otherwise, you can find me doing D&D with all my other cool friends on Mondays and Tuesdays and Fridays, and Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays, and Tuesday and Wednesday I do D&D in real life in Meat Space. It's
Ooh,
weird.
Impossible. That
I
doesn't happen.
Otherwise, you can find me on my channel at Substance Use playing through Arc the Lad 3. We're chugging along. I got interrupted because of real world responsibilities calling me in on days off, but that's fine. we keep going. We enjoy a bigger paycheck, you know.
Nice. Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I play video games very badly over at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer.
No
vowels.
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 Yeah, something like that.
Sounds good to me.
Indeed. And let's see. Jameis, you've got a blog going on. There's the link.
Oh, that's the link to my YouTube page. Which
Oh,
doesn't really
is
do
that
much
not
for
the same thing? Yeah, that's okay. You're
That's
right.
not a blog.
Yeah, that's true. But the YouTube page is interesting. You've got some really nice vacation videos there. I keep meaning to ask what you shot those with. Was that just like an iPhone or something?
No, it was a crappy video recorder thingy that I have somewhere. I don't even know where it is at the moment. But I haven't done much recently on my blog. But I've got a film festival coming up, so there may be maybe a couple more then.
Cool.
You reviewed Dune just today.
Yes. Was it? I thought it was last week I did it.
Well, that's a thing.
Was
My
it?
last post
No,
was
last time. Yeah.
And Jeff, have you finally gotten to play a game of Blood Bowl yet?
Not yet, but
We're waiting on
soon.
it, Jeff. We're waiting on
yeah,
it.
yeah. You'll have full report.
There we go. We'll get a report one of these days, and Jeff can proudly tell us how his Blood Bowl game went. All right, guys. Thank you very much for playing. Thank all of you out there for watching, and we will catch you the next time.
Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.